Welcome to the actual play with Just More Fix. This is James. With me in this episode is Lacey, Holly, and Taffy.
Hey. Hi.
You can find us online at justmorefix.com or on Twitter at justmorefix. If you like us, you can support us at Patreon, and you can give us a rating and review at iTunes or wherever you find us at. In this episode, we're going to continue playing Night Witches. And now, it's time to get our gaming fix. You're about to listen to another episode of our Night Witches actual play. These episodes contain some mature content involving the tragedies of war, so you've been warned. We rejoin our Russian airwomen as they are crossing the airfield, and they see Deputy Polititruk Sveta has taken notice of them. And without any further ado, here is Night Witches. If I look at that correctly, where you guys drew those two things are on the men's side of the encampment. Is that correct?
I mean, they're on the command staff side of the...
Okay. But it could be construed that if you were a super fair Polititruk officer, you
we are on that side.
So she does this stutter step thing, like, you know, that moment of like, what the hell? And she stops and waits for you guys to come walking towards her.
Then we'll walk a little faster and get up to her.
So when you guys get up there, she looks at you guys and she says, I realize since you guys you ladies just got here that I forgot to tell you. But there are new rules in place here to ensure that peak efficiency is reached among all of the soldiers, which means there will be zero fraternization happening between the male and female enlisted here. So if you guys go anywhere, you will have a minder with you, which would be me.
Yes, sir.
Are we clear?
Does that include going to Chow?
We'll go to Chow as a group.
Oh, well, it's better that way. Good bonding time.
Yes. So she's going to reach into your thing of berries.
Well, I was going to offer her a handful of berries.
She'll take a handful of them, yeah. You know, and she puts a couple in their mouth, and they're not terrible. They're not, you know,
they're not very good. They're a little sour.
Right?
Yeah.
She doesn't quite, you know,
yet.
Her face doesn't quite melt from the sourness, but, you know, it's better than, you know, anything else that you're probably going to get out here right now at this stage. So she, you know, eats a few, and she gestures for you to head back to the tent.
All right. Is she following right behind?
Yeah, once you guys start walking, you...
Yeah, we'll be quiet.
Pretty
much.
All right, so you guys make it back to the tent. You know, no one stops you because there's a Polititruk officer walking behind you guys. If there was going to be someone in the way, they move, and that's just sort of how it works. And you guys are right back at the tent.
We look like children with purple lips and our boss or like our nanny following us. Yikes. Okay.
We're on lockdown.
On lockdown.
But we know things and she can't make us unknow them.
Your bunk is like right next to mine, though.
I'm right across from you.
She's got to leave.
Oksana is next to you.
That's what I was thinking. We can put them under the tent.
I've got a little
just
bit.
wooden pallets, right?
Yes. I'm gonna go over and open my trunk and move some stuff.
Or you could tie them and just lower them into the well. Nobody will find them there. Let them sit. It's nice and cool and dark.
What are you trying to hide?
Nothing.
We're making berry wine.
I am asking you as...
We're going to make some berry cordial.
Oh.
So I've already got a little bit that I brought.
Well played.
So we're just going to keep adding to that. Pour it into other things.
Okay.
Keep it going. See?
Right on. So you're going to homebrew some alcohol. Right on.
It'll be great. The Polititruk is right here.
Perfect. What could go wrong? Right on. So, all right. So it'll take a little while for it to be ready, but you start the process essentially, right?
Yeah, and we're going to stuff it in the bottle that I brought and hide it under the floor.
Right on. I would imagine that would be about ready at about the time that inspection comes.
Look what we made just for you.
Are you in the corner? Can you dig a little hole and like put it in the ground?
We are in the corner, so we could probably.
There's got to be a gap between where the wood ends and the tent corner is. You could pull in the dirt.
That's a good idea. Dash is on it.
All right, so time goes by. Everybody's sort of, doing their own thing, or like small conversations happening or whatever. But I feel like everybody kind of is on eggshells at this point because you're stuck in here at the Polititruk. It's the first night, and everybody kind of doesn't know how to handle it or react to it. Is that fair to say, do you think?
Yeah, because we've never had a babysitter before.
Right.
Yeah, that, what would we normally do? Play cards. Are we allowed to play cards? Does that count as gambling? I don't know. We probably shouldn't do that. Talk? No, definitely don't talk.
Don't talk.
We'll just sit there and look at each other.
So there's lots of staring and making faces and trying not to laugh.
Which I'm sure we'll be terrible at.
I will laugh. No, it doesn't work.
All right, so I think a while goes by, an uncomfortable amount of time that takes forever to go by happens, and Sveta will stand up, and she has sort of like a clipboard and a pencil, and she does that thing where she taps the pencil on the clipboard, and she says, well, I suppose we should go over things of how things are going to work while you're here for this deployment. So she will list out a schedule for you guys that is like, generally speaking, missions are taking off around dusk. So from dusk to sunrise, you guys will be flying missions. At dawn is debriefing for the section leaders, and she goes through and like at this time is breakfast, at this time is free time, at this time is lunch, at this time she breaks every single basic moment of the day down for you.
Does
guys.
she give us a list of acceptable free time
Right?
I think she probably does, because you guys are in close quarters here, so she probably is going to establish some kind of ground rules for conduct inside the tent, since you're all sort of piled on top of one another, right?
And since we can't fraternize eyes with anyone.
Correct. So
We can totally talk to each other, right?
oh yeah, yeah. You can talk to any of the other.
Conversation is abundantly appropriate for present company.
I'm pretty sure, knowing that the men get all the food and we get the scraps, we don't want to go over there anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think we're super fond of...
Right. Appropriate topics of conversation include how awesome it is to be a Soviet airwoman, how awesome communism is, how awesome it is to be part of the party, how awesome it is to be killing Hitlerite dogs, how awesome it is. No, so I think that...
How awesome it is that winter lasts for 9 months here.
So I think she goes over a list of things, and in some of the stuff I've seen, like there was like a lot of the women did like needlepoint stitchwork stuff. That's okay. Talking and having a good time is okay. Do you guys have any suggestions?
Cards, games.
Yeah, she says cards is okay, but like there's certain games. So like not whatever, like not poker, but like bridge or cribbage and that kind of stuff. Is non-gambling style games or whatever, basically.
No gambling.
Yeah, I don't know. Are there any activities you guys have specific questions about, whether they would be okay or not? Not to ask her, but that she might list or whatever. Are
we allowed to like walk about the airfield so long as we're not fraternizing? I can't say that word.
Fraternizing?
Yes, that word.
You guys are allowed to stay within like a certain perimeter of the Night Witch's tents, basically, right?
What about the other side?
No.
Is the
no, I don't mean like
painted on there. So like a spray line.
Not yet. I think that's the appropriate way to answer that question.
I don't mean like on the side where like the men are. I mean like, okay, so we're like, here's the airstrip, here's all of them, here's us. On this side, like where there's open fields and stuff like that, are we able to like go out there and walk and things like that?
No.
No.
Not without a minder. Like you're allowed to go anywhere with a minder. It's one of those kind of situations,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now, do we have our own like bathhouse and everything like that?
Yeah, there'll be bathrooms that are established, like outhouses or whatever, that are established for you guys or whatever.
Are they on this side of the
Yes, they are.
Okay, that's what I was
Are they within the acceptable distance?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I need a minor to go to the bathroom. Stop drinking the water! Too much water! Stop it! He could just have this line that goes back and forth. So you have the Polititruk pacing back and forth from the front of the tent to the outhouse and back. I'm like, me now, me now, me now.
So we just go in shifts so that they never get any rest.
I mean, that was my plan, but foiled, dang.
Right, so are there any other specific, activities or whatever? Or?
I think so.
Okay, very good. So I think it's probably time for chow. So she says, she looks at her watch and says it is time for us. Oh, wait, I forgot. We have to wait for the men to finish. And she will poke her head out of the tent to see if the line...
Isn't that always the way?
Are you saying that out loud? I'm sure there's lots of giggling.
So I think that sounds like acting like a hooligan.
I mean, probably.
All right, so go ahead and roll plus luck.
It's bad. It's 6.
6.
Oh, dang.
So
There's gonna be trouble.
she is looking out the tent flaps as you say that. And
Somebody's missing chow.
without bringing her without coming back inside the tent, she says, "Senior Lieutenant Yulia, I believe latrine number 4, 5, and 6. They could probably use a good cleaning. If you could see to that, while the rest of us go line up for food."
Yep.
I'm gonna walk over to Yulia, and I'm gonna say, "What kind of question is that to ask Lieutenant Tight Sheets?" And maybe she's gonna hear me.
Oh no!
All right,
Because I don't want her to clean the toilets alone.
all right. So go ahead and roll plus luck as you act like a hooligan as well.
Oh god! She got 3.
So everyone is sort of filing out, and Sveta doesn't say a word. And then as everyone has made their way out and you're sort of coming at the back of the line because you guys' bunks are at the back, you feel her arm or her hand sort of grab your arm to stop you. And we think of something appropriately devious to have you do.
Are the cleaning supplies at the latrine or in our thing, or are they located?
We'll get there. Hang on.
The cleaning supplies are in your footlocker. It's called your toothbrush.
And you gotta still brush your teeth with it. Hey.
JK. Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, what's something terrible she can make you do? Actually, she says...
Polish boots.
No. She says that actually, at the end of the runway, there is a berm that is to prevent planes overrunning the runway. Unfortunately, it is not to regulation height yet. You'll find a shovel next to the latrines, and you can increase the size of that berm by until it's regulation size.
I think that's outside of your perimeter. It's at the end of the runway.
All right, I'm going to stand up in front of both of them. What's her name? Sveta. Lieutenant Svetlana. Please, forgive my section leader and, squad mate. So, yeah. They're they're slightly still on leave. Enjoyment time. Please forgive them this one time and let this slight jovial infraction go. I'm trying to
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the thing. I got my forward. Stand up for someone
Okay,
important.
so you
for
take
me.
+1 for that. So to me, you're not asking her on in a way that's like, Soviet era women style, right? But you're not being a hooligan either, so I think it's probably acting as a lady.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll plus guts.
My grandpa told me to be the person the medal wanted me to be. So
7?
7. Okay, so choose one.
I would like to ensure that there are no consequences for acting up for them.
It's for this one move for you.
Yes.
You speaking up.
Oh.
So.
Okay, I'll do the make someone do what I want. So I want her to kind of take it into consideration that this is the first day back and they're still kind of jokey and.
Okay, so she looks at you and she looks at the two of them and says, "I think you're right. I will take that into consideration. I think you just volunteered yourself to do those jobs."
Very good.
She says, "Ladies, if you'd like to come with me to eat."
I will put a smile on my face and go to the latrine.
Right.
And then I'll look at both of them. Go enjoy your food.
Would I get in a lot of trouble?
You're gonna get in all of the trouble.
I know, but we're the same rank.
No,
But she's
I know she's a Polititruk.
Right, so she doesn't exist inside your framework of rank, technically.
can we?
But
She's a political officer.
what does that mean for me?
It means she makes people go away to a gulag.
Oh.
Probably for like serious things.
But it depends on what she puts in the report.
Don't get us all in trouble.
All right.
I just got you both out of trouble.
Yeah, but
For the
now
love of
you're
crap.
and that's not. Yeah. Now you have to clean toilets and
dig stuff.
shovel. So
Go enjoy your food.
So you, she motions for you guys to, she'll follow you guys to the chow hall. All right, so you guys walk there, and you see it's the men have cleared out of the chow hall at this point, and it is all women of the 588th sort of walking through and getting their food and whatnot. And you will see Mikhail is there, looking, as everyone files through, and there is no Gallia. And every table has the miners don't sit at the tables with you guys per se. They sort of sit, near the doors or whatever, and go about their own business. Talking to one another and doing whatever.
So, does she go through the line first?
Who?
No. Sveta.
No, she goes through with you guys.
I know, but there's like 9 of us.
Oh,
so
she's at the end of your group of people.
okay, I'm gonna try and go first.
Like before her?
Wait, she's going last. Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah.
No, like first in line out of all of us.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I want to talk to Mikhail without her hearing it.
Okay. Okay. Right.
Just like a quick sort of like, Gallia has to dig latrines. So if you wanted to leave me something by the silverware bin over there, I would be happy to
Oh,
take
okay.
it back
Okay.
when I empty my tray.
Right on. Okay. Very good.
Potatoes again. Shrug.
Right
Things
on.
out loud.
Mealtime goes uneventful unless there's something specific that you guys want to do.
Does he leave me a satchel of stuff to take back?
Yeah, we'll get there. So, are you doing your jobs? Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I'm doing them well.
Okay, right. Yeah, very good.
I'm cleaning the latrines. I'll do that first, and then
Okay.
I'll go to dig the. Is it basically just making a?
It's just making
ditch?
a pile of dirt.
Just making-
There's a berm is like a pile, of earth.
For the plane to run into.
So there's something for it to if it goes crazy bad at the very end of the runway, there's something to stop it
All right.
before it goes into the trees.
I will do that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I think mealtime is over, and then it's time to sort of clear out or whatever. So do you want to get it now, or how does this work? How do you see this working?
Well, I'm picturing like you take your dirty tray up
Right.
somewhere and dump
Dump
it
it.
off,
Yeah.
and then I could pick up whatever the thing
Uh-huh.
is and like
Okay.
tuck it somewhere
Right on. Okay. So
under my left boob.
Just keeping it warm.
So I think this is probably going to be another act up, but
Oh my gosh. It feels more like a scrounge to me. No, I don't care. I'm fine with that.
so I think we could do it one of two ways. I think you could make an argument that it's acting like a hooligan because you are stealing food, but you're also stealing food for a friend. So I don't know. Yeah, I think you could roll, it could be acting like a lady as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Although I kind of lean more towards hooligan because it seems more...
That's fine. Do I get a bonus for this one since the food is for Galia?
For what is it?
She has regard.
I have regard for Galia.
Yeah.
So I really want her to eat.
What is your regard for Galia?
I love her.
Okay, then yes.
Oh, that's bad.
Aw.
I got a 3. Wait. 4.
That's so not good.
Oh, but you didn't roll double sickles. I'm actually just tempted to just give it to you and not make a move. There's been a lot that's already happened, it seems like. I think it,
I can make the concession that maybe I just smell weird, like my uniform will smell weird. So the next time we have, inspections...
Why does your uniform smell
Why do you smell like
onions?
meatloaf?
No, that's not what happened. So you guys get you scoop up the sack of food or whatever, right? And you go to make your way out, and you guys are walking back towards your tent. And, you're not single file, it's not quite that, bad, you know what I'm saying? But, you're kind of, in a group or whatever and walking back. And I imagine you're walking back sort of with Nina and Dasha and Oksana. You guys are kind of clustered together talking or whatever. And as you guys are walking, it's dark out here. It's in the evening. It's supper time or whatever. Sun's going down. And you will feel like someone grabbed the inside of your arm. Not in a threatening way, but to gain your attention or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like when you're trying to stop someone, but not forcibly stopping them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you look over and you see it's Sveta.
Oh. Go down.
So she stops as everybody else sort of moves on away. And it's that moment where oh, the Polititruk is going to talk to you. I have nothing to do over there. So it's this zone of don't go over there sort of occurs. And everybody sort of moves around or whatever. And she looks at you knowingly and says, I understand what's happening. And I understand why, and I can appreciate that. But there's going to come a time where I'm going to need something from you. Do we have an understanding?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything for the country. Mother Russia.
All right, so she lets you go or whatever, Alrighty, so you guys will arrive back at the tent. Mm-hmm. Nighttime comes. You guys aren't quite schedules shifted over yet to the nighttime thing, So I imagine you guys stay up as late as you can, trying to get acclimated or whatever. Eventually, they'll sound lights out and send you guys to bed. About that time, Galia will be sort of
almost done,
dragging ass coming inside.
I'm planning to go
covered in dirt,
use the restroom before lights out.
Okay.
I'll pick one of the latrines she was supposed to clean, and find a good place to put the satchel that's out of sight, but not anywhere too incredibly disgusting.
Right.
I'll be latrine number 4.
Right. Okay.
I will request that I can take a shower and such.
Right. Yeah. So they let you get cleaned up or whatever.
And I will eat my food in the shower.
Very good. Very good. Right on. Right on. All right. So I think daytime comes, and basically for this part, they let you guys go eat. They sort of force you to stay in the tent and sleep to get your schedule sort of shifted over because you guys have missions coming up tonight. So there's a very low tolerance of basically anything throughout the day. You need to shut the hell up and go to bed, basically, right?
Angry mom at 3 a.m.
Yeah. That's... yeah. Right on. You guys good?
Whenever they let us eat, because they probably have us eat again, at whatever time, I'll try to maybe sneak a quick talk with Mikhail.
Okay. Right on. I think it seems reasonable. You can, there's a moment where you because he's looking for the time as well, to be able to, have a couple few words with you or whatever. So I think, obviously when you're going through the chow line, it's probably not going to work because everybody's moving along or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's that time when you're putting things away, you're cleaning things up or whatever. And I think, there'll be that knowing glance to one another as you get up to walk over to something.
And he goes
And
to
then,
throw
yeah,
something
of
away
course
at the
he
same
goes,
time.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
And I will, as I'm throwing things away, sort of drop something so we can bend down and maybe, like, touch hands.
Okay, oh yeah, absolutely, right on. Very good. So, I feel like this might be a reaching out in that, and tell me what you think, in that you're doing this at pretty serious personal risk because
Yes.
the
No fraternization.
right, and it's very, it's telling, sort of showing him that you're willing to take this risk. Do you think that seems okay? Very good. So go ahead and do you have regard for him or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
Dang,
Go
I
ahead.
should have done that. Damn it! Double sickles.
What is up with the double sickles tonight?
Death.
Oh my goodness. Well, you guys started the game off with 2 12s, so I suppose it's only fitting.
It says ineffective, misunderstood, or understood all too clearly. Those don't seem to fit, though.
I think
Who
maybe
understood all too clearly. He thinks you only want him for one thing.
Maybe, like, I go to, like, reach to him, but then I see that somebody's looking and I pull away quickly and he thinks that I'm being cold.
Oh, I like that. That's perfect. I like that. So there's that moment where it looks like you put your hand down and he starts to, like, reach for you or something, and then you withdraw quickly.
Yeah, and I'll stand up and kind of give him, like, an odd glance.
Okay.
So it looks like I'm, like, are you
Right.
talking to me?
Yeah, and then he clears his throat and grabs whatever it
Excuse me.
was, and yeah, there's this just weird awkwardness that happens. Basically, that's perfect. That's awesome.
Oh, no. No.
He has a confused, like one part confused, one part hurt,
Yeah.
and one part like WTF, like what the fuck just happened, and then he walks away and kind of goes back to.
And then I'll look
his
like
job.
really like, oh crap, and
So yeah,
upset and
I
sad.
think
Like,
there's this
oh,
moment where, like, in
no.
terms of like, if you thought of the movie of it, like
Yeah.
you linger at the trash can for a minute, not doing anything. Like,
Shit.
damn it.
And then I'll come sit back down, very just heartbroken. I was trying to, like, he went over there so I could go over there. Then I think somebody was looking. I had to act like we weren't talking, so I pulled away and stood up and gave him a weird look, and now he's confused, and I think he thinks that I don't know. It's just, oh crap.
I want you to realize you just encapsulated every single budding romance right there.
Exactly.
I can draw him a picture of you if you want.
Wow, am I gonna? Maybe that might work. I'll have to try and find a way to sneak him. I'm gonna write him a letter so he understands what was really going on. Like, they're so strict this time. It's ridiculous. I look so sad now. No.
Right on.
Do you want a Sunday picture or a Saturday night?
Sunday. Because if he gets caught with it, we're both gonna be in a lot of trouble. And you're gonna be in trouble for drawing it.
I'm not going to sign it.
Gee, I wonder who the
Awesome trash can in the
artist
background.
We'll use macaroni and she'll make a macaroni portrait of
It's
me.
like, why did you give me the kindergarten art project? I'm even more confused.
Focusing on the noodle medium.
I thought you'd like it. You work in the kitchen.
You're like, dang it, you can't make boobs with noodles.
All right, so you guys will retire back to the tents, and I think at that point, it'll be, you guys will have your orders coming in for the next mission to fly, as the sort of reality of what your guys' jobs are sort of comes crashing back, and there's a very somber mood in the tent, as none of you have been in the air in 6 months, and everyone that's here, minus Sveta, is very clearly aware of the danger, of what you guys do. So,
Yep.
No, right. We're doing things.
choose
Oh, yeah.
a mission. So this one, if you guys do complete this duty station, you guys do get a medal. And just keep in mind, everyone on your guys' sheets has an advance that is something move on or something like that, where you guys can choose to be like, we're done at this duty station, it's time to move on to the next one. So you guys can take that at any time you want, regardless of how many missions you guys have done. And it just sort of closes off this section and we restart at the next duty station.
These are all terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, the moving west advancement? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to go with B, and let's see what these bitches got. So, bombing of a German supply depot near the front lines at Krasnodar. Missed a letter there. Expect enemy combat air patrols.
Ooh, it's going to be intense.
Carrot's going to be so mad if you guys run into Yellowtail.
Yes.
Should even matter if we shoot him down.
So let's do it. Celebrate your dad's birthday. Come on. See where that happens. You're just gonna get left out.
All right, let's see.
So I assume you guys are keeping Oksana?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I need you guys to choose another one of these Russian airwomen to add to your section that is not Sveta or Nina. They are not pilots.
How many? Just 1 or 2?
1.
Polya is
Oh, no. And for this mission, there will be, 3, I guess.
Polya is
We'll have
confident
Oksana.
and experienced.
Yeah. And then I think Evangelina. She's kind of cocky, so she might know what she's doing.
See, I was between treating her cockiness by making her sit out, or...
But she wasn't kind of
Sticking her with
douchey
the-
cocky, though. She was just like,
If you're a sergeant, you're douchey cocky.
I mean,
You didn't earn that.
well, we don't want young blood, so whatever else besides that.
They're both sergeants.
I don't know. Vera's very young, and she's one of our best pilots and navigators.
If that's what you want, I'll take her. It's fine. But I'm going to put her with Lieutenant Polya.
Okay, so
Sounds
we got
good to me.
Lieutenant Polya, Oksana, and...
Sergeant Eugenaya.
Okay, Eugenine. Very good. All right, so how are our plane assignments?
You have a regard with somebody, Zagnut, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put Lieutenant Polya as the pilot for Gordost. And I'm going to put Sergeant Eugenaya with her because she's a lieutenant, so I know she won't take any shit.
Okay.
And Suka definitely needs to be us because it has that giant gun. So,
Yes.
does anybody know how to fire the gun?
Nope.
It's going to carry... So Vera's character was practicing
Yeah.
at it, but...
I mean, in theory, we all know how to shoot it, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Point how you pull the trigger.
You know how it works.
Don't shoot the tail of the plane.
Right.
That was the hope.
We all learned how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
you just follow
We've all
Yulia,
spent time
and
in
you
the
just take
hangar,
your
so-
pistol and you shoot outside of the airplane.
All right.
I can't believe you pulled
trust,
that off.
I trust Dasha, so I'm going to let you be in the plane in Suka in the firing gun potential position.
We're gonna get a new plane and it's gonna be Tiberet 2.
And I'm going to fly it.
That's gonna be my plane.
And we'll put you in comrade with Exa.
Alright. Who's flying?
You.
I'm flying. Alright.
All right, so who is the lead plane?
I'm going to let... No, they can't be them because they're in peace.
Suka. With
Well, I've got
yes.
that gun, so I can't be in the front because I'll shoot everyone.
No, I was going to pilot.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in Suka and I'm navigating.
Mhm.
Okay.
Which means you're also shooting.
Right.
Don't kill us.
No, I'm saying like no. That's what I'm saying. Like if everyone else is flying,
Oh, it's all
behind
good.
us,
It's going to be
won't we-
chaos, but
Okay.
you do the best you can. It's
That's
just
right.
sort of how it works.
Okay, we're going to be the lead plane then.
Okay.
All right, so go read them off.
Okay,
Like
so lead plane is tail number 121, Suka. Pilot is Yulia. Navigator is Dasha. Tail number 014, Comrade. Pilot is Galia. Navigator is Oksana. Tail number 101, pilot is Lieutenant Polya. And navigator is Sergeant Eugenaya
Very good.
in Gordost.
All right, so the lead plane is Dasha and Yulia, correct? Dasha, go ahead and make me a wayfind roll. So go ahead and roll plus skill, which I think you have a +3, which is just sick. If I
Yeah,
remember
that's
that
awesome.
right.
That's really good.
I also have intense navigation to find a target at night. I don't need to wayfind if I instead take a mark or one harm, my choice.
Ooh.
Dang.
So
That's a move you have?
Yeah.
Did you just get that one?
I've had it. I just haven't ever had to use it.
Man.
That's a good move.
That's pretty
You should
sick.
be using that.
But with a +3 though, it's sort
I
of
know
like,
it's a toss up for sure.
although, hey, there's been lots of snake eyes rolls.
I was gonna say
It's been so bad
these
lately.
dice have not been too hot. The first roll was great. The rest of it's
That's
been-
what we cursed ourselves with the
The
box
two
cars on the
12s,
first.
yeah.
Well, let's see what we get.
Woo! That's good, right?
8 plus 3.
So you got an 11?
Yeah.
Right on. So on a 10 plus, you find the way in and line up a textbook approach. So what is your guys' target? Let me see your thing again. You're doing B.
A supply depot?
So it says you line up a textbook approach. So it looks like there is a small river that sort of goes up to it. So you're able to, use the river there to kind of guide you in, and you can see off in the distance, with your map and everything, trying to figure things out where it's at, and find the longest straight path for you guys to get in with the different terrain. Because here you guys are kind of in the Caucasus Mountains, so there's pretty hilly areas and that kind of stuff. You're not up in the mountains, but you're like in the hilly part, like the rolling hills or whatever. So go ahead and make me an attack run there, Yulia. Roll plus guts. Oh my goodness!
I got an 11.
Woo!
Dang. Okay.
The payload connects. Yeah, buddy.
On 11, your payload connects. Choose one.
So I think it makes sense. There's other planes up in the air that are firing at us. That a plane in our section will be damaged.
Okay, very good. All right, but it's my choice, right? Mm-hmm. All right, and that will trigger a wheels down row when you get back. Okay, so this nice approach is lined up. You're flying in. You've identified these sort of little warehouse, kind of like the Kwanzaa huts, the half cans or whatever, areas where they have all these stuff stored at these depots. You're flying over and you're dropping your payload and letting things go, and the explosions light up the night sky. And as that happens, you see lit up in the sky the German fighters. And with them being lit up and you can see them, that also means that you're lit up.
They see us.
And they can see you. And it's like, as soon as those bombs go off and the things light up, you just see that their planes just, immediately, sort of like turn and come right at you guys. So I think as these German not Luftwaffe, what are they called? Yeah, Luftwaffe. That's what the airplanes are called. They come flying in and they bring fire down on you guys. But it seems like that you are able to stay mostly out of the line of fire. There's lots of other planes out here, and it just happens to be that your section is lucky enough to avoid taking any actual fire. However, I think that plane. Who's in that one?
This one?
Yep.
Suka.
That is the plane that is damaged. I think you guys push it too hard. And was that the one that had the oil leak and everything all the time?
I think so, because of the gun and
the SIG.
extra hard.
But we totally redid it.
Yeah.
It was also Tibber had some problems too. So.
Yeah.
Vera
that's
completely rebuilt.
Suka, though, is the one that we thought was fixed, but really Vera failed the role.
Right.
Yeah. It was just repainted, but wasn't fixed.
So if I remember right in the other missions too, though, that Suka was always the one that was just when something went wrong.
It was her.
It was just like, God, this plane runs great, but then it likes to break, So I think, again, it starts to sputter and run funny. It's doing okay, but it's not 100%. Now, at this point, you're flying around and it starts to shudder and sputter a little bit. But I think it makes sense. There's German fighter planes flying around here, so you will see a German plane that has a tail number FW190, which you guys will identify as Yellowtail, in fact.
Jerk.
So here is the option, or the conundrum that I will present to you, okay? So we know that your guys' planes are way outmatched by these German pieces of, superior engineering and machinery, right? I will say that you guys can tempt fate and attack him, right? And get bullets down range specifically at Yellowtail, but it will trigger enemy fire because you're trying to actually attack one of these planes, and it puts you in a certain amount of risk.
What if we want to attack another plane that isn't Yellowtail? Like, if we're not as specific about it, we just want to take down any German plane.
German plane?
Plus,
I think that's probably...
all of them except Yellowtail should not be expecting us to return fire.
True story.
Also, it says, after we make an attack run by the leader, if the other pilots decide to make an additional attack run, we get a +1. Maybe, since they're all going to actually be gunning for us, they're not going to expect us to try and bomb again. They're going to expect us to try and get away. So I'm going to try and
so you're
drop
gonna
another
drop
load.
more? Okay, right on.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll that up for me then. That's going to be roll plus guts, right?
Yeah.
And you get a +1 on this as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, please be good. But it's a 9.
9. All right, so that's succeeded a cost. So on a...
You keep your +1 for the attack run?
And then my +1 for the guts.
Okay.
So it's still only 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah.
Okay. So on a 7 through 9, it's a hit, and you choose 2. All right, so if you are going to try and shoot at another plane, you guys can just make a tempt. It would be a tempt. I guess it's Dasha's in the back with the gun, so it would be a tempt fate roll, which is roll plus luck. I think it's luck. Or no, is it guts? It's roll plus guts.
I got -1 on guts.
We do have 2 in the mission pool. We might need it not to crash the plane, but it would be cool.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take me and my fellow airwoman are marked, and we fly through a storm of flak and trigger the enemy fire.
Very good.
So-
Okay, so
I'm gonna take
Okay.
tell a war story. Well, no, tell a story of home. And as I'm doing this, so Oksana, yeah.
yeah,
It's
Oksana.
Did I ever tell you about the time where me and my sister, we were fighting these kids? And this kind of reminds me of that because we were completely outmatched, but somehow we threw some rocks and hit one of the bigger kids in the head, and the other ones tried to take him home, and we got away. I think this is going to be like that. So I'm like yelling this over all the, like,
over all this
bombing
noise and
and
explosions
the
and
nonsense.
banging.
Yeah. I'm trying to make it light, because I'm like, yeah, we're gonna die. He thinks I hate him, and we're gonna die.
It sounds kind of silly, but I feel like it's one of those moments of like nervous talking. Do you know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
it just sort of spills out of you, and so Oksana is sort of completely caught off guard by it. Like, what in the hell are you talking about?
He's like, to her, it makes no sense
Right,
whatsoever.
and she's just like, great, is what she says back. Like, thoroughly confused in the moment, like, what in the hell is happening? So she actually has this moment where she's like, what the hell are you talking about? And then at that point, your guys' payload drops and hits home, and you guys are pushing the plane to its limits, sort of zigging and zagging in every which way. And the explosion happens. The plane shakes from the impact and violence of the explosion, and that moment, I guess, comes over you as you realize that you've likely survived the hardest part of the mission, and that sort of washes over you as your story kind of trails to an end of this sort of like nervous, weird moment. Like, did I just say that? You know, like we've all had those times, right? And then you're sort of snapped back to reality as Oksana like cries out, like, you know, she's like happy, you know, like, take that, you know, you Nazi fucks or whatever, you know, is what she screams. And you know, you pull the plane away to clear. And as the plane banks and turns away, you will see
Yellowtail.
the rest of your section, you know, moving around and trying to fly and get clear of these German planes. And at this point, do you guys return fire to any of the Luftwaffe? Are you going to try and shoot Yellowtail?
Well, you're in control of the gun.
Yeah, but you're both in
Right.
the plane, so like you can scream back and forth at one another.
I think we should do it.
Get him!
So who are you shooting at?
Caution to the wind.
Fortune favors the bold, right?
What do you want to shoot at? Yellowtail?
You know.
I mean, if you can.
You know
If
we
you-
would
if
shoot
you
at
got it,
Yellowtail.
Take it.
All right, so my question is, which do you want to roll first? Do you want to roll the enemy fire first, or do you want to roll the tempt fate first?
Who's rolling?
So if you want to shoot at Yellowtail, you're going to have to put
yeah,
yourself in a
okay.
position to take enemy fire.
I think obviously we want to try and shoot Yellowtail
Okay.
first.
Like, you're going to get to roll both. I just need to know which one is which.
All right.
So go ahead and roll plus guts. You have 2 in the mission pool. So where you're at now? That's
You
a
should use them.
5?
Yeah, that's bad.
So if you use them both, though, that's a 7. That's a success.
Okay. So with a 7, I get to, let's see, you do it, but not without cost. The GM can offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice. So I think this is the hard bargain, and you can choose which way you guys want to do it. That you guys, it's chaos. You guys are flying around, right? You're in the front of the plane pushing things, and you have the other Evgenia and Polya, Lieutenant Polya and Sergeant Evgenia in the other plane being your Vetemaya, like helping you and protecting you and all that kind of stuff. So the hard bargain is going to be that you can choose to let them like guide him in to where you have a good line of fire on him, but he is going to rake them with bullets. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, so that is one choice, right? Where you let them do what is essentially their job as Vetemaya and protect you and help you because you're the lead plane and guide him into a firing solution and he will rake them with gunfire. Or you can just refuse the bargain and then this is offer. So then it would just be that I guess it wouldn't happen. So it's up to you guys.
We've killed so many people.
Feel free to discuss. It's all good.
I just really feel like let's let them be Vetemaya and let's
Take
pull
down
him in.
Yellowtail.
Let's try it.
Let's do it.
We got this gun. Look. I had to smooch up to the grease ball. I got this gun.
All right, right on. So you, like you said, you let them do their job. That's what you guys are up here to do. And
he's killed a lot of our people.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. He's been specifically targeting you guys.
And he will kill a lot more.
I think, in fact, there's this moment where they're, like you guys are flying and it's, hell and chaos and all this kind of stuff. And there's this knowing look back and forth as the gun is on the back of the plane. So I think that they're probably behind you, right? They're moving maybe a little slower than they probably need to. And you can see them, right? And there's this knowing exchange where they realize what's happening. And they sort of like halfway stall the plane for a moment. So he's like right there. And then you just lay hell into him. And the gun goes blasting away and there's brass flying everywhere. And for the first time, there is a giant pillar of fire shooting out the back from this gun from the back of your guys' little canvas plane. And I also think that there's a pretty good moment of all the German pilots being like,
holy crap.
What in the hell? Right?
These crazy women.
And yeah, you rake the side of Yellowtail's plane, like, right down the middle of the fuselage of the plane, right as his guns are going off and it just tears, which plane is that?
Gordost.
It tears the Gordost to pieces, and it basically comes apart in the air and falls apart in pieces as a fiery wreck going down. But you see that his plane is raked with bullets. You see it starts to billow smoke. It sputters, and then fire comes bursting out the side from the front of it where the engine is. And you see him go into that sort of telltale, thing where the plane rolls over and then kind of, makes that as they start going in too fast and you start to see him going down.
Oh my god. But we also just watched two of our
Correct.
Go down hard. They're about to, they're not.
No. No. And, there's no parachutes. That's right. No.
No parachutes.
I already knew there was no parachutes.
There's like a small kit of what did we have? A map, compass, and some water or something?
Basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you guys will. I think the shot is that you see in the background. You see Yellowtail. Like his plane is rolling over and going down, and as it's going down, then into the frame comes Gordost. Right, mm-hmm. Gordost is coming apart in flames as his plane is going down, and it disintegrates. And then it kind of like goes out of frame as the plane goes down into the trees.
And so as I'm turning around after I made my payload, that's what I see, right?
Right, yeah. So you see...
Because I wasn't even...
Right, yeah. Oh, so you've turned around and you see, boom, this explosion as this plane goes down and explodes. And then you're like, have this moment of, I assume, like happiness and elation to kill this, asshole that's been killing everybody.
Yeah.
But then, like, the bits of the PO2 is, falling to the ground, basically.
Canvas and wood.
Yeah.
Whew. Are they, like, can I see them? They haven't hit yet, right? Like, are they still going down?
No, like, the plane is in pieces. It's broken apart. It got raked with gunfire. Oh, can you see their bodies falling?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you totally can see their bodies falling, I think.
I want to tempt fate. I'm going to try and see if I can catch them.
Oh my god.
We have lost so many people. I'm gonna try it.
It's a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea. But I'm gonna use my +1.
There's no mission pool.
Two.
There's no mission pool. They both have been spent.
No.
I'm gonna try it.
I can't wait for this to go
Stand up for
horribly wrong.
someone. I've got 1 point left for
Is
that,
there
so I'm
anything
gonna
left to
I'm gonna use
catch?
that.
Huh?
Like, are they?
I see
Well,
them.
you see bodies falling. I suppose we can make a determination whether they're alive or dead.
Yes.
I don't know.
Can I tell? Does that? I mean,
I think okay.
like you would see someone flailing around, like, oh my god.
You're right. It is all happening pretty fast. I think it's fair to say that they're probably both like casualties on board dead. I mean, the plane came apart into pieces because of so many bullets and whatnot. I think it seems pretty unlikely that one, they would survive that, and then two, be in any condition to do some.
Okay, so they're
You'd be
dead.
weighing down your plane and like trying to catch like
Look,
chunks.
I'm just saying, like, there are people
knew-
who've lost so many people.
They knew their job. They did their job.
And I get that. But that's what I was saying. Like, if they look like there's
Yeah, I don't think
a possibility, no. Okay.
I mean,
Then I'm not going to do that.
Based solely on the fact that before I said the plane basically came apart into pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so-
But I wasn't sure if it was like...
yeah. It's all good.
You know,
It's all
I
good.
mean...
Don't die.
All right, so you guys will fly back, and I think you guys have a wheels down roll to make.
Mm-hmm.
And that is you, because you're flying the plane. So go ahead and make me a wheels down roll there, Yulia. Roll plus skill.
I have 6.
Start from a fiery wreck and build from there. Holy cow. All right. I think that all this happening is sort of one part happiness and one part like nightmares of past comrades that went down coming back. And I think that maybe when you guys bring the plane in, you're not 100% dialed in to begin with. And also the plane is in fact damaged. So the plane is a hard landing. Well, it was sputtering before when you were in the air. I think as it lands now, it sputters in true Suka fashion, blows an oil line, sprays oil on it, and I think it probably sparks a fire. And, well, thankfully there's a regulation-sized berm at the end of the runway now.
Yes.
So there is that, in fact.
It was 2 inches short. But now we're-
That's right.
Now you'll actually stop
That
decently.
2 inches, it makes the world of difference. Let's go ahead and have you guys, you guys can choose to split 3 harm between the two of you guys there. We'll go with that one. And you guys can choose to split that up however you guys want.
Push the gun off. We need it.
Oh, yeah, the plane is done. Oh, that's sad.
Gary's gonna be so mad.
Oh god, if it starts shooting bullets everywhere because of the fire.
There are no bullets.
Oh, that is amazing. Good call, Holly.
We fired all the bullets.
Bullets are gone.
Oh god. Oh no.
Fired all of them. I can take.
Yeah. Do you have any? Are you?
No, I'm sorry, if you had any harm, it should be erased because you guys had time off.
Okay.
So you guys should have all of your harm back. And then, so you guys will bring the plane in. I think it's just a combination of being banged around, stress, and maybe some minor burns and that kind of singed hair and whatnot.
So is the plane completely
The
done?
plane's a fiery wreck. Yeah, it is done.
We killed Suka.
Yeah.
Suka is gone.
In Gordost.
Oh gosh.
And so, yeah, you guys bail out. And I assume, I shouldn't say that. Do you guys, like, what do you guys do?
Bail out.
Yeah.
Very good.
Get the hell out of there.
All right, so you guys hop out of the plane, and there are people who go about coming at it with, water and whatnot to get it put out so it doesn't cause any more damage or whatever.
Can we save it?
It's just metal. We should be able to refurbish it and move it to a plane.
Yeah. I'm gonna find. Will Nina be out there? Can I tell Nina to try to go put the gun?
Yeah.
I'm gonna spot Nina and say, see if you can get the gun.
Okay.
Off somewhere. Ask her to salvage it for us.
I feel like this might be kind of uncertain, so I feel like... Nah. All right, so you see Nina goes running up there, and she's part of the, the repair crew, so this is, her job anyway as well, so she's out there, and she's ordering her crews to do, to put the fire out and all that kind of stuff, and she goes running up there as well, and... Oh, I feel like being exceptionally cruel. I think that she has the gun pulled off, and she's got it, and she's carrying it away as they're fighting the fire, at which point it gets kind of hot, and then I think the ammunition starts to cook off inside the plane. And people are running, kind of like more or less, trying to get out of the way and whatever. And there's not it's not a ton of ammunition because you guys couldn't carry a whole lot to begin with anyway.
Right.
But I think it's fair to say that there may be a few,
stray bullets.
Stray bullets, yeah, there. And so, I think, you were at the end, so you will see this kind of train wreck happening. There's multiple it's more than one runway, so it's possible for you to land, but you can see this disaster unfolding before you as you land the plane. And Olaksana's like, what the hell? And, I think Nina is running away, and...
Maybe give us an odds or evens roll?
I don't know, I'm like, do you think it makes sense for her to get hit, or
No.
does that...
I don't think she would grab a gun off of a fiery wreck, though.
Well, you asked her to go get it.
No, she meant
if
salvage it.
anybody's gonna get hit.
Okay.
I think we're all gonna get in trouble because it should have never been there.
That's
that's
kind of where I was at.
And now
as well.
there's ammunition exploding on the runway.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah.
So she gets it and runs away, or she grabs a hold of it and is able to get out of there. And no one is really hurt by the ammunition cooking off. Just sort of bang, 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 and then eventually it stops. You land, Gallia, you land your plane, comes in just fine. I think it'd be time for a debriefing.
Oh, God.
But
This is going to be terrible. Yeah, this is going to be bad.
so I think they have the normal debriefing that happens, and then they bring the four of you in, in a separate moment.
She's hurt, though. She's two arms. She needs to go.
She's got to get...
I don't have to go to the hospital. I need diligent aid.
So they will have some medics come over and start to take care of you and whatever. And they take you to a separate area of the command tent. And while you're in the command tent, Lieutenant Sveta will walk in there. Captain Barsakova will come in. Major Bershenskaya will be there.
Oh, that's bad.
And Senior Lieutenant Petrova will be there as well.
Well, one person likes you.
And so...
It doesn't not like me.
So they come in, and they each sit down behind a desk or whatever, behind it a large table, and there's not chairs for you guys. So they all seem to kind of defer to...
Senior Lieutenant?
No, Major Bershenskaya.
Oh.
So she looks up, and she says, so how about you guys walk me through what happened up there tonight?
So we're bombing the
Supply depots.
We were bombing the supply depots. Dasha and I flew in, dropped our payload.
Quite successfully. I'll say that under my breath. Quite successfully under my breath. But probably loud enough for them to hear.
When the explosion went off, we were able to see numerous German aircraft in the skies. We pulled up. They pursued.
After that,
there was a second payload dropped, also successfully. They gave fire. We returned fire. And Gordost was shot down. I was unable to successfully land our craft on return.
That's all truthful, correct?
Yeah.
Let's make sure we're on the same page.
I think it shows us in the best light, but none of it was a lie.
So how is it that you lost another plane under your command? What happened to...
I would suspect because there was a number of superior German aircraft in the air.
If I can be frank, Yellowtail, he has been killing quite a number of our people, and that's the one that took our latest plane down. However, they were able to successfully take down that plane. And unfortunately, we did lose 2 great airwomen, but we took down the one who's taken down the most of our people. And I think that's what is very important in this situation.
2 great airwomen. Right. What were their names?
Evangelina.
Lieutenant Poya.
And
Sergeant Evagenia.
That's right. Oh, I can't read my own spelling. I'm sorry. Yeah, I would have said that.
So, how is it that your plane came to acquire a large machine gun?
We asked for it, and it was given to us.
So, who asked for it and who gave it?
I asked for it.
And who gave it to you?
I don't remember his name.
Catch his name.
Vasily is his name.
Just say the
But just say you didn't catch his name.
supply depot of Tredgornyaka.
Yeah. It was there in the warehouse.
It was
We asked if it could be put on our plane. The next day it was there.
So who mounted it?
A mechanic.
All right. So you guys have been entirely truthful for this thing. So it's going to be, I think, and you guys can tell me if you disagree or not, but maybe you should make the roll because you're the commanding officer for the section and it's the debriefing and you're delivering the report technically. Does that seem fair?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll plus guts. We'll see what they do.
10.
Oh, thank God.
10? So, you say all this. There's some looking meaningfully back and forth. There's lots of notes taken. And they say, we will mourn the loss of 2 more Russian airwomen.
Boisterous. Whatever the
Right.
Russian military version of Hua is.
Okay. And they thank you for your time and tell you that everyone here has done their job tonight. And that's what anyone who's a member of the Red Army, but specifically anyone who's a member of the 588th Night Bomber Brigade does. Everyone here has done their duty to bring an end to, the fascist pig dogs that are the Germans. And we will celebrate our victories and mourn our losses. You guys are free to go. Get some rest. You'll be back in the air tomorrow night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Turn and make haste back to the tent.
Right. So you guys walk in. So
A collective.
right. Oksana has
everyone.
never been in any of these that you guys have been. She's
No.
just like. She's got like the adrenaline trembles.
I'll like put my hand out and like grab hers.
Okay.
It's okay.
She's like,
It's okay.
I don't know what's
You made
worse, being in the air or that.
That.
Definitely that.
That I would take air missions anytime for that.
Right on. So yeah.
I know, right? That doesn't feel
It's
good
so
at all.
horrible. I'm so glad you rolled a 10.
We just did like a complete
So
midair
I
barbecue
feel
of
like,
2 of our fellow airmen.
Any guts either. I was just like, oh, please.
But we got Yellowtail. But
We
that's
did.
still
That's so important.
we totally did.
Yellowtail's coming.
Doesn't feel good though.
That dude better be dead and not maimed.
He's totally dead.
Our luck, he's maimed, and then he's gonna come back.
I won't steal that victory from you guys. That would be really awful if I
Our way to
presented you the hard choice to say we can either take this guy out and sacrifice our own people to do it, and then be like, funny story, he came back.
It's a soap opera.
Guess who's back? Back again.
You just had a quick brain surgery. Back up in
Right.
here.
It was all a dream.
It was a coma. He's back.
Jeez.
Right on. So if you want to, I think Dasha should do both of them because she made the choice to the hard bargain. So go ahead and write KIA on both of those for me.
My hands are sweaty. I
nervous.
picked her. Like, I decided her fate completely.
I know, and the one I picked
She
too.
looks cute and friendly. Let me barbecue her in the air.
Here today, gone today.
They're so gonna keep like 5 eyes on us. You kill everyone that comes into your group.
People we didn't send in the air are still alive.
There we go.
Oh God, 2 more people.
Oh.
There's not even gonna be a deck of people to pick from anymore.
Oh, I've got a lot right here. Let me tell you. There's several.
Looks thin.
Alrighty. So, yeah, is there anything that you guys want to do before you sort of rack out for the night? Or
I'm going to write a letter
okay,
to Yuri.
okay,
I'm gonna go throw up from the adrenaline.
okay. Right on. I think right.
Don't throw up in that latrine. You might have to clean it later.
I'm going to write another letter to Vera, too.
Okay.
And ask her where in the hell she is.
And I'm also going to tell her that we got Yellowtail.
Okay.
A little bit because I know she'd be excited, and a little bit also because I know she'd be disappointed.
I'm gonna write a letter to Mikhail and try and find a way to sneak it over there. Or something.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I told you I'd draw you a picture.
You didn't really have time, so it's okay. Maybe tomorrow.
I'm going to go sit on my cot and wait for Nina to come back so I can talk to her.
Okay, so
She's like my friend, you know.
Yeah. So it takes a little while because
She's hiding the gun.
No. Well, there's that. But then, like, her job is also takes, like, once you guys are back, then her sort of thing, you know, there's more stuff that she has to do. So a couple hours will go by, and then she will eventually come back as well.
I'll say, sorry about the plane. Sorry about those fiery wrecks we brought back to you. Yeah, just
Well, we kind of brought back one.
She sort of
sorry.
shakes her head.
Sorry about the Sorry about the fiery wrecks.
Yeah, there's that, I suppose.
I hope the Germans don't steal our technology.
She's like, those ones were just fixed, too. Like, they just got here. And they were...
I brought back Suka. I mean...
Kind of.
Suka's back. Suka's back.
It's like, although I suppose it's best to break the old ones and get new ones, maybe. She just sort of shakes her head with that sort of sullen, the work never ends moment, you know? And, yeah.
I'll just talk to her a little bit.
Okay.
Like, as we sit there, about how things went. Like, after the joke about the fire wreck, just kind of tell her that we did what we set out to do, and we did it well, but it doesn't feel good like it should, because we lost more people. And
Right on. So as you share this moment and you talking about this, it becomes ever so present in the moment because you guys are sitting there and there are empty cots as you guys told this story. And their bedding is still out on their cot, and maybe like whatever book they were reading is sitting out. Because everybody had there's certain like superstitions that kind of go along with being in that kind of work, or, you know, like doing that kind of stuff. So like certain things may be left exactly so that way you're always going to be coming back to it or whatever, like those kind of moments or whatever. And they're sitting there laid out on their cots and footlockers and stuff. And then so you're writing letter, and then you're, you know, have this discussion. And then about that time, I think Sveta comes back, and she's quiet, she's sullen, she understands, she's respectful, you know, but she tells you guys, the sun's on its way up, probably ought to be lights out. And, you know, she doesn't she says it in like a softer kind of a way, you know, and then she lays down and just stays quiet.
Before she lays down, I'm actually going to go over to her and ask her for the addresses for, like, whatever the emergency contact, basically, for those two were.
She says, I'll get them for you in the morning.
Thank you.
Or, you know.
Yeah.
It's funny how even when you're on night shift, you still say it that way.
Yeah.
But, you know. So, yeah, she said she'll give it to you in the morning.
I'll write out a quick letter to both of their families, basically just thanking them for the honor and them doing their duty and everything like that, and the unfortunate, you know, situation that happened, but that they were instrumental in saving other people's lives and, you know, ultimately doing greater harm toward the German armies.
Very good.
I'm also going to give them money. So I'm going to send money back to their families. I feel bad.
Are you revealing anything new to Mikhail when you write to him?
Yeah, I'm going to tell him that I love him, and I haven't done that yet.
Okay, very good.
So maybe that, like, softens the... Like, please understand that this was... I'm going to explain the situation, and that I thought that one of the Polititruk was watching, and that was why I did not want him to get in trouble with his people, and I didn't want... Because then, of course, then they'll be even closer looking at us. And so if that happens, then the small bits of, like, communication that we might have will... be even less, because then we won't even be allowed to, you know, be in the same room. So, and I'll tell him that I love him and that I hope that he forgives the situation.
So, all right, right on. So, since like if you're revealing something new, something that's significant and true, and I feel like confessing love to someone is pretty significant. So, go ahead and roll plus regard, but I don't think you have any for him. So.
Oh, no, so it's just a straight roll.
Yep.
God, jeez, oh, Pete's. That's a 5. Maybe it's ineffective and it doesn't actually get to him.
Okay.
Ooh, that's bad. Oh, no.
Okay. So, Lacey. I think that seems pretty... Like, I don't think there's a way to misunderstand that, right? I think
Right.
that wouldn't make any sense.
But maybe somebody else picks it up and then...
And then
Right.
you're waiting on his reaction. And
it never
doesn't
comes.
say anything.
Because maybe he gets in trouble because somebody finds it and they take it to somebody else.
Life is tragic.
Dun, dun, dun. And then he doesn't even know. He gets in trouble and he doesn't even know what it says.
I can picture him all, but wait, can I read it?
Please, I need to know what it says.
All right, so I think we'll kind of come back to the moment when that happens. So you have the letter written, and you've got it in hand.
And then
There's, like, I think there's probably a moment maybe where you could pass it somewhere else. Like, but right here in this moment, there's not going to be.
Right.
So we'll come back around to how that tragedy actually unfolds or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
probably because I would know since we can't fraternize, I probably wouldn't like write his name or sign my name. I would
Right,
put
right.
like my dearest or something like
Okay.
that. And so the next time we're in the mess hall, I would try to get it to him.
yeah.
And that's when it goes awry. Very poorly.
Right on. And then, so what are you writing to Yuri?
Aw,
I don't know. I haven't written it yet.
Okay. So we will come back to that.
I think it'll probably all just be pretending he's fine. Like, I
Yeah.
hope you're well, you know. Letter finds you on the front. Something, something. Come home soon.
It's all good. We can make that roll next time.
By the
so.
way, I met your mother.
Alrighty. And then sitting down with Nina, was there anything that was new that you told her, or like to reveal a new truth to her?
No, I think we just talked about the
Okay,
events
right.
of the night and then talked about the gun. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So I agree. So there's, like, you still share a moment or whatever, but it doesn't, you don't confess anything new to her yet. So
not yet, yeah, because like so far, like she's in the mechanic shop and I'm doing
Right.
like so we haven't had a chance to like
uh-huh.
super bond. But now that she's here,
Right
like,
here.
in such close quarters, maybe yeah, but not yet.
Well, she'll stay here as long as she doesn't get in the plane with you guys.
nice.
All right, right on. So I think we'll stop it there. That's good. Right on.
How do you say Black Widow in Russian? That is us.
We are. That's what they're gonna start calling our group, the Black Widows. We kill everything.
Thanks for listening. This has been an episode of Just One More Fix. Music has been provided by Kevin MacLeod. You can find him at incompetech.com. You can support us at patreon.com/JustOneMoreFix or follow us on Twitter at JustOneMoreFix.